Okay guys, so today I'm just going to do a little bit of documentation on my 240. This is just for the purpose of looking back on and, at a future date I can see all the progress I made. I've already made a bunch of progress, but yeah, let's get to it. So off rip, this is how I bought it. It had an SR swap done by the previous owner's sim. The previous owner also got the headers done by his friend, Kyle Pollard. From what I can tell, he does great work. It seems to be aerospace in nature. Don't see any problems with that in the future. It's got Yashio factory brace, Yashio factory oil cap, Greddy intercooler piping, Greddy filter. What else is Greddy? The radiator cap, Koyo radiator, GK Tech oil catch can, GK Tech overflow tank. This is a nice touch, I guess, just so you guys know. I actually painted this just because I hated the orange standing out in the engine bay. It's got a bunch of preventative stuff. It's basically a stock SR with preventative maintenance done to it. It's got an oversized water pump pulley, which actually reduces the water temps at high RPM, like after you've been beating on it for a while. It less cavitation, etc. going on with that. It's got, because it's a left-hand drive car, the brake master cylinder gets really hot, so I've got this heat shield sock just to make sure that doesn't melt, burn down the car. English tune, oil dipstick retainer. Apparently that's a common issue, just don't want to run into it, so that'll keep it secure. Radiator hoses, silicone, and then we've got, I refinished this shroud, got a nice clutch fan in here just to keep it cool. A lot of people ask about these. It's kind of unconventional to take the studs out. These are from Mazworks down in Florida. It also creates better torque throughout the whole thing, so you're less likely to over torque, even torque throughout that. It's got brand new coil packs, valve cover gasket, check the timing chain, it's all good, new plugs, etc. It's been extensively gone through just to make sure that we're all good as far as reliability goes, because it is a 30-year-old car, so you're going to run into problems if you don't maintain, the level of maintenance that you need to. It'll schedule itself for maintenance or just blow up, SR things. Yeah, it's a really reliable car so far, knock on wood. But back to like the exhaust setup here, Kyle Pollard manifold to a PPM downpipe, the Cobra one, which is, in my opinion, the best that you can buy. It attaches to the trans brace or the transmission, I forget, which tucks it up higher. It's also got a flexible portion to help reduce the amount of stress on the headers, which is a huge problem with SR cars or 90s cars in general, I believe, with aftermarket headers, just because a lot of heat, a lot of flex creates cracks. This supposedly this Yashio from my buddy Yev. The brace itself will help reduce a bunch of that movement. Another notable thing on here is Ruve, Yev's brother, one of my good buddies. Actually, there's a blow-off valve flange on this hot side pipe that he deleted, shaved, got rid of. Looks awesome. That's a hard piece to do, or a hard thing to do, and I'm lucky enough that to have him in my life, and he was able to do that. Another thing that people talk about is this custom paint job. With the help of Brett, one of my other friends, we got this OEM finished off so I could actually do this paint. And I took it to a local machine shop, got the baffles taken off so all the sand doesn't get in there. And I did most of the finish work, but yeah, I've helped me with that last bit, he did automotive clear, a thick layer of automotive clear over the top to help reduce, the overall, increase the longevity of the paint itself, and it looks great. Another notable thing, Robbie did the entire catback, which I really appreciate. He works for ETS, so he's well known He has a great JZX, but Ganadors from Australia. I've got, in here it's pretty much finished. I've got Works Bell quick release with a Nardi 330 mil, I believe, classic. Flat face, looks really nice. I mean, the touch points in the car are the shifter, the seat, and the steering wheel, and the clutch itself. Those four things really make the experience of the car driving, so I'm glad I've got that all dialed in. If you know, you know. This is Bride Maxxis. In the last couple of years, it's gotten really, really expensive. It's sitting on Bride rails, which seem to give like the least amount of resistance in my experience. They just bolt up. There's no like crazy cutting, fabrication like a lot of the other companies you see. I think even bad welds on some. I had a friend, Josh, who had some problems with Buddy Club. And then I've departed from the checker stereotype, you know, the red and black checkered or the gray and white checkered, and got these Imperial mats off ISR's website. I think they're clean. Yashio Factory water temp gauge, Yashio Factory spin knob. It's just a drift knob. And then we've got Yashio Factory shift knob with the boot. This is a little bit tacky, this carbon fiber feel, but I think it fits the overall aesthetic better than the stock one. S13 seat. I've got some hidden gauges in the glove box over there for AFR and boost. We've got the cup holder, necessity. I mean, you can always do this with a tombstone, but looks a little bit jank, so I decided to get that off Lucky Labo. I've got one for my cousin in Japan, but I feel like this aesthetic looks better in the car. Oh yeah, I've got a Bosch short hub from TF Works over there too. Nice piece. What else? Oh, I refinished the center console. This is the bad one, quote unquote, that I just kind of drive around on. I've got a different one that's perfect condition. This is a base model car, so less electronics, less to brake. Cool by me. Back here, I've got the Amazon special. What is this? ICT. What is this? Battery relocation tray. It's not a kit or anything like that. It's just a tray. I actually drilled into the chassis, rib nutted it, and then put these bolts in. It looks pretty clean in my opinion. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It can become, you know, a little bit cumbersome at times as far as getting in stuff in here, but it's just a weekend car, so not too concerning. I also have, if you can see this bulge, there's a little bit of bulge, maybe about an inch of bulge there. A hidden sub with a bunch of sound deadening that I put on another Amazon special that actually worked really good to reduce the rattles in here. It's a 90s car, it rattles regardless, but just to make it bearable, we've done that. Just take a look, T37s, but on this side, pretty clean in my opinion. Oh, uncracked dash. I mean, it's not a mod or anything, but it does add to the quality of the car. Some TE37s and OG bronze. And yeah, that's about it. This car is going into paint in June. I'm very, very excited. It's gonna be a mix of Hot Rod and Type X. Gonna paint it tentatively KN6, which is dark gray metallic. But that'll do it. I mean, it's been a great car so far. I'm excited to see kind of the finished product. I mean, everyone knows that they're never done, these cars. There's always more you can do. I'll probably pull the engine at one point, but for right now, I just want to get it kind of dialed in even more than it is right now and move forward, drive it, enjoy it, and then, you know, at a later time, if the engine blows or something like that, even with the preventive maintenance, I'll go ahead and paint the bay, probably color match it to the KN6 or paint it black again. I'm very excited though. So hope you guys have a good day. Peace out.